Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Merry Christmas and Happy New Year to all of you. I hope y'all all have a great holiday. I just wanted to bring one last video to you to show you how to make some quick and easy last minute food gifts, as well as some snack recipes that you can make and enjoy through the holidays. If you want to know how to make them, stick around. I'll show you how. Thank y'all so much for watching. I really appreciate it. I love you guys. Okay, for this one, you're going to need 3 cups of Rice Chex. You're going to need 3 cups of Corn Chex, 3 cups of Wheat Chex, 1 cup of broken pretzels, 1 cup of Cheez-Its, and 1 cup of mixed nuts. And then you're just going to mix it up real well. This is kind of just like a hack on Chex Party Mix. Just adding a little bit different stuff. And then I'm going to take some butter, a cup of butter, 2 tablespoons of Worcestershire sauce, and some seasonings, and I'm just going to mix those up and drizzle them on top. Now, I will give you the recipe for this in the description below. Just get that mixed up really well with the butter. Pour it over there, and then you're just going to stir until it's completely mixed up well, and then you are going to put it in the microwave for 6 minutes, stirring every 2 minutes. And then pour it out on a tray and let it cool. Then I'm going to put them in jars and bags, and I'll show you how they look. I'm just taking a pint mason jar, and I'm just going to tie a bow with a ribbon around the front of it. Use kind of a thicker ribbon too, instead of, a skinny ribbon, because it does look better with a little bit thicker ribbon. And then I'm just going to add a tag to the front with some baker's twine. And then I'm going to make a wreath with a little garland, a string of garland that I got at Hobby Lobby. I'm just kind of rolling around the front so it's flat in the front, and I'm just going to kind of roll it. And then tie that off. And then just run that through until you get it completely rounded. And then I'm just going to add my tag through it. And I'm just going to run it right through the back of this ribbon, and I'm just going to tie that off. And these do go together really quick and easy, and they're a very inexpensive gift to give. And then this is what it looks like in the jar, and that's what it looks like in the bag. Let me know in the comments which one's your favorite. Okay, for this one, we're going to take a half of a 24-ounce almond bark, melt it down, and we are going to pour it over 5 cups of Rice Chex. This is called sugar cookie. And then you're going to get that mixed up in there real well. You want to make sure all of it is coated. Okay, next we're going to come in with some sugar cookie sprinkles, and we are going to sprinkle a bunch of them on here. Now, really sprinkle a lot of them. I was a little bit light on mine, and I wish I had added a lot more. But really get a lot in there and really mix it up good. Okay, then we're going to take 1 cup of powdered sugar, put it in a big Ziploc bag, and then we're going to pour our cereal mixture into the bag. Then we're going to seal it up real good, and we're going to shake it till it's completely coated. Once it's coated, we're going to take a cookie sheet, we're going to cover it with parchment paper, and we're going to spread it out as thin as you can get it on here. And then we're going to take it and we're just going to put it in the freezer to let it set. Okay, then I'm just going to fill some pint-sized jars with this. And then I'm just going to start decorating them up. Now I'm using some pastel ornaments, and I'm using some pastel ribbon, and I'm just going to tie a bow around the front part of this. And then I'm going to take a little snowflake, and I got these snowflakes on a card at Dollar Tree. I'm just taking one of those snowflakes, putting it right in the middle of my ribbon, and then I'm going to glue 3 of those ornaments on top. Nothing to it. This was pretty quick and easy, and it really turned out good. See how cute those turned out with very little effort. Okay, for this next one, I just cooked some mini loaves of bread, and I'm just going to roll them up in some cellophane, and I'm going to kind of tighten them up there on top so that they're covered pretty good, and then I'm going to tuck it up underneath. Okay, I'm just going to take one of those little mini cutting boards from Hobby Lobby. I'm taking a piece of scrapbook paper, and I'm just going to glue on the back of it, and I'm going to glue it to my board. And then I'm going to take some burlap ribbon. I'm going to wrap it around my bread, and I'm going to glue it to it. Now, I'm not going to glue it to the bread. I'm going to wrap it around, and I'm going to glue it to the opposite side of that burlap. Okay, next I'm going to take some baker's twine, and I'm just going to wrap it around it. So make sure you have some that overhangs on the side, because you are going to have some long enough to tie it off in the front. And just kind of, loosely wrap it around. Don't just go in a straight line. Just kind of go up and down, and then just go ahead and take it and tie it off. And then we're just going to tie it off in a knot, and we're just going to cut that off. And then I'm going to come in with a little sprig of greenery, and I'm just going to cut it off of there. And then I'm just going to glue that right across the front part of that knot at a diagonal. Then I'm going to take some black ribbon, and I'm just going to I'm going to put my bread on my board, and I'm going to glue the bread to the board. Now I'm just going to take my little glider and just put 2 little strips, or 2 or 3 little strips, and I'm just going to glue it right onto there so it doesn't move once I tie my ribbon on. Then you tie your ribbon behind your board and across your bread, and then just tie that off in a bow. And then I'm going to put it in a bag, and then I'm just going to tie it off at the top. These make cute little gifts, and they're not real expensive. Right now, Hobby Lobby has those cutting boards for pretty cheap. They're 60% off right now. And I think they were originally like $3.99. And then I'm just going to add a little tag to it. And I just stamped a sentiment on it. And that's pretty much it. That was a pretty easy one. Yeah, the little loaves of bread make great Christmas presents. For this one, I'm going to take 12 ounces of white almond bark, and I'm going to melt it down in the microwave. And it takes about 2 minutes to melt 12 ounces. Then I take 4 cups Rice Chex, 1 cup of chopped up cashews, 2 cups of crushed pretzels, and then I'm going to drizzle my almond bark over the top of it, and I'm just going to mix it up well. This is called Fantacy Fudge, and everybody loves this that I give it to. Just get it mixed up really well. And then you're going to take a 13 by 9 casserole, and you're going to go ahead and coat it with some like Pam or something like that. And then you're going to go ahead and put your mixture into it, and we're going to push it down. We're going to make sure it's kind of flattened out. And then we're going to put it in the freezer and let it set. Okay, after it sets, it literally lifts out of the pan. But I'm just going to take a knife, and I'm just going to kind of cut it up into pieces. And you can actually take it out and break it up with your hands if you want to. It's just a little bit easier to start off with a knife. Next, I'm just taking some little dessert cups. I got those at Home Goods. And I'm just going to take some yarn. And this is called Eternal Bliss by Yarn Bee. And I'm just going to go all the way around the top edge of this cup with this. This really did kind of give this a more upscale look on these cups. Okay, next I'm just going to take a gift bag, and I'm just going to put it down inside of here. Make sure that you fill it while it's inside your little cup, because otherwise, if you don't and you try to put it in there later, it won't go in there. So shake it on down there real good, and we're going to fill this bag probably about halfway full. And then I'm just going to put a rubber band around the top to hold it together. And then I'm just going to tie it off with a red and white checked ribbon. This one came together pretty quick and easy. If you're looking for last minute, these are all really easy last minute gift ideas. All right, look how cute those turned out. This one I'm going to use a 12-ounce box of oyster crackers, and I'm going to pour them into a Ziploc bag. And then I'm going to add half a cup of oil, 1.5 tablespoons of ranch dressing, 1 teaspoon of dill weed, and then 1/4 of a teaspoon of garlic salt. And I'll give you the recipe for all this in the description below. And then you're going to zip up your bag, and you're just going to shake it up until it's completely evenly coated. Just make sure the seasoning and everything is completely evenly coated. Then you're going to take a parchment lined cookie sheet and you're going to pour it on there. Then we're going to bake it in the oven for 20 minutes at 250 degrees, and we're going to stir it twice in the middle of it. Just shake it out there and then bake it. Now we're going to go ahead and bag them. I'm just going to bag them in these little bags that I got at Michael's. And I'm putting about 5 of the, I'm using a third cup measuring cup, and I'm going to put 5 scoops in here. And then these have a self-adhesive strip on the top of them. So just go ahead and pull that off and then fold it over. Just try to make it really as neat as you can. Okay, next I'm just going to take some red ribbon. I'm going to go across the front, twist off in the back, come back to the front, and I'm just going to tie it into a bow. And I'm going to go underneath the ribbon on both sides, and that way it makes it a little bit tighter on there when you're tying your knot. And then go ahead and tie a bow. And then I'm going to take some baker's twine. I'm going to add a little sentiment tag to it. And then I'm going to take some greenery. This is just some garland that I got at Hobby Lobby. I'm just going to put it right into the little ornament. And I'm putting a couple of little red berries in there as well. And I'm going to hook that to my package with my sentiment. Just tie them together, tie it on there, tie that one on there as well. And then just tie those off. This was pretty quick and easy. And then just cut off the excess string. Okay, see how cute that turned out? Okay, if you have a kitty on your list, I'm just filling a jar with some cat treats. And then I'm just going to tie a bow around the front of it. Okay, then I'm just going to take some baker's twine and I'm just going to add a little jingle bell to the front part. And then I got a cat toy. I got some catnip mittens. And I'm just going to add those to the front as well. And you can use any kind of cat toy you want to. It just made it look a little bit more festive. And then I'm just taking a wreath and I'm just going to glue it to the top. This was pretty quick and easy. And your cat will love it. All right, look how cute that turned out. Okay, for this one, I'm just taking a dog bandana and I'm going to take a piece of baker's twine and I'm going to tape it to the inside of here. And I just filled my jar up with some sweet potato treats for my dogs. And I'm just going to tie that bandana onto my jar. And then I'm just going to tie a ribbon right around the center of it. Just kind of make sure that your point on your bandana comes right to the center. And then I'm just going to tie this into a bow. Okay, then I'm just going to go ahead and add a little stuffed toy to it. Just to the front. This really was quick and easy, and you can do this for pretty inexpensive too. It gives your little puppy something for Christmas. All right, I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope you have a very Merry Christmas. If you like this video, hit like. If you want to see future videos from me, hit subscribe. If you want to be notified when I have another video upload, be sure and hit that bell. And thank you so much for watching.